bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. After making numerous appeals to the public for help, the Grand Bahama Home for the Aged is getting some much-needed assistance. A local energy development and engineering firm has committed to help the home to lower its electricity bill. Sabrina Brown has this story.
Northern Bahamas Utilities is preparing to conduct an energy audit at the Grand Bahama Home for the Aged, free of charge. President and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Carlton Bosfield.
I know they are presently undergoing some renovations to some parts of the facilities because of damages. But once that's completed, we will send in a team of engineers and technicians who would come in and they would evaluate the whole energy infrastructure of the building. And based on their data collection, and we'll also use monitoring technology, we'll be able to give them a list of recommendations on what they can do to ultimately become more energy efficient and lower their electricity bills.
Bosfield says this effort is a part of his company's social responsibility. He says once the process gets underway, it is expected to take 1 to 2 weeks to be completed.
What we will do for the home from the energy audit standpoint is an intervention that we can do in Grand Bahama. It does not have to conflict with anything that's done by Grand Bahama Power Company. And, you know, these are folks that I know personally, and I think that, you know, we can work together with them to help not-for-profit organizations such as the Home for the Aged.
This veteran engineer, who also made a cash donation to the home, is encouraging other corporate citizens to assist in any way possible. Administrator at the Grand Bahama Home for the Aged, Agatha Thompson, says the monthly power bill at the home is around $2,000, and she's grateful that Northern Bahamas Utilities has come forward to help.
We are appealing to the community for assistance, and through the press release, Mr. Bosfield learned about our plight, and he came to our assistance. And we are so grateful for the kind donation and the assistance to assist us with trying to regulate and reduce our power bill. So, you know, that is always a welcome request. So we really thank them.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The redevelopment of the only public library on Grand Bahama is still a work in progress. And now that library is getting a much-needed boost to one of its latest initiatives, thanks to an organization at the forefront of a national movement. Joan Davis Rolle explains.
A group of local activists taking time out from promoting their cause to ensure the advancement of another. Officials from Save the Bays donating some $7,000 to the Sir Charles Hayward Library. During a press conference held at the library, Director Geneva Rutherford says the donation to the public lending facility is significant.
This is literally going to be a skill building. We're looking at traditional as well as authentic Bahamian skills that we can pass on to our children. We will have for the older students a boat building exercise for 2 weeks, and only 10 persons are able to participate in that because of the nature of it. But those students will be taken into the forest to be shown where the types of wood is cut from.
This premier summer camp begins June 30th and will last for some 5 weeks. It will cater to students ages 5 to 16. The former educator and Grand Bahama Port Authority executive says these funds will go a long way in ensuring the success of the library's unique summer program.
The library is determined that young people in our country will know certain things, and who knows, maybe the love of the craft will be engendered in some child who will later on want to become a boat builder. It's a way of life. We are also going to be having, and thanks to BAIC, because we have some additional sponsors who will be sponsoring 3 weeks of craft skills. We will start with straw craft, and those children too will be taken into the areas around the library.
For activists Fred Smith and Joseph Davo, presenting the check was more than just a donation, but an investment in this island's youth. They say the most exciting part is the highly anticipated merger between music, poetry, and the environment.
Indeed, it is a program that's going to provide an opportunity for these youngsters to be exposed to such a variety of what goes on in the community. And I think that's a wonderful opportunity to provide them with Ms. Gardner during the summer and Mrs. Rutherford. And I'm glad that Save the Bays and myself have been given this opportunity.
We got the greatest musician and the most socially conscious one as part of our directorship in Save the Bays in the person of Kirkland Bodie. And I said, I'm going to drag him in here, and he will run a couple workshops on sort of melding music and poetry together and environment.
While these funds come as welcome news, the director of the library, Mrs. Rutherford, says that more help is needed, and she's calling on corporate Grand Bahama to step up to the plate. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis Rolle. A student on the island of Bimini is the recipient of a prestigious award. The 11th grade student competed in a speech contest among her peers and came out on top. Now she has national acclaim. Megan Shepard introduces us to the Junior Minister of Tourism.
Sajay Lockhart says she and a group of students were selected by her guidance counselor to participate in the semifinals for the Junior Tourism Minister competition. 2 schools were in competition, and Lockhart explains how she beat out the other students to travel to New Providence.
I competed against 4 other students for the competition, and then I won the competition and advanced to the finals in Nassau. We had an interview at first, and then we had a speech competition. The interview consisted of 40% of our final score, and the speech was 60%.
Once in New Providence, Lockhart says it was a pretty tense experience going up against students from the various islands. Their topic, the impact of culture and tourism.
Behold, the islands of the Bahamas. Are you ready for some island hopping? Do you want to experience the real Bahamas, or do you just need a Bahama venture? Rest assured, we are only a few hours away from being able to say, thank God it's Bahama Friday. I spoke about how Sir Stafford Sands changed the tourism laws in order to sell the culture of the Bahamas to others to want other tourists to come and visit the Bahamas.
She says although Bimini is a small island, she was determined to take the title as a badge of honor for her community.
I wanted to win because I wanted to make my island proud. I wanted to show off the island of Bimini, and I wanted to know that Bimini is just not a small island, but an island that could produce for the Bahamas.
Moving forward, Lockhart says she hopes a speech or debate system will be implemented in the high on Bimini to help other students build their confidence in public speaking.
It was a learning experience. I learned how to speak in public crowds, how to think right on the spot, because we had a mystery question.
Lockhart says she plans to study medicine after graduating high school. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
A special conference opens tonight on Grand Bahama as over 100 delegates from throughout the country are expected to convene on this northern island. Under the theme, Changing Through Service, the Anglican Churchmen will commence the 41st annual ACM conference at St. Stephen's Anglican Church in 8 Mile Walk, where Father Rudolph Cooper is director. Delivering the sermon during opening night at St. Stephen's Anglican Church is Archdeacon Harry Bain from Christ the King Anglican Church, Freeport. Come tomorrow, the Anglican Churchmen will head west for a day of sessions at St. Mary's Magdalene Anglican Church in West End beginning at 9 a.m. The ACM conference will come to a close on Sunday at the Pro-Cathedral of Christ the King at 10 a.m. Do it for us here in the north. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team.
My yacht came in today. I'm Ricardo Lightboard.
I'm Shasheena Rolle. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight starts now.